folks, and welcome to the YouTube channel M&E Made Simple. This channel is explicitly designed to cater for all your monitoring and evaluation needs. I'm your host, Coach Alexander, and I'll be walking you through a wonderful topic entitled the importance of indicators in monitoring and evaluation. Now, to start with, what exactly is an indicator? Well, imagine you were doing an activity which was dear to your heart. Take, for instance, you decided to plant tomatoes in your backyard with the aim of realizing a great profit margin in the long run. Now, the question is, how will you know whether you have done a very good job, a very good success in your tomato field? How would you know? The best way to know whether you have done well in your tomato field is by knowing how much you've produced. Production is an indicator. It is by means of knowing the production can you be able to know whether you have done well that season or whether you've done poorly. So in a nutshell, an indicator is a means to measure change. That change can either be good or that change can either be bad. It can go either way. Now, today's discussion, we want to focus on why are indicators important in monitoring and evaluation. I won't waste any more time. I'll go to my best friend, Google, because you know that Google is the king of search, And besides, you've seen me using it for quite some time now, and I enjoy every bit of it. So let's go to Google right now. Let's make life easier, and I'm going to type, there's Google, I'm going to type there, what is the importance of indicators in monitoring and evaluation? Okay, so let's try and find out what the importance of indicators in monitoring and evaluation is. So let's see if there's something there. Okay, there's nothing there, just it gives us challenges, considerations, how are indicators, process versus whatever. Let's see, okay, seems there's nothing on this page. Basically, I'll just look for something that's clearly set out. Okay, nothing there. Seems like Google is failing us this time around. Okay, let me continue searching. There seems to be nothing. Okay, that isn't a bad thing because I have the importance of indicators right in my head right now. So just pay attention. I'll just mention this. Indicators, to start with, are very important because they help measure change. You see, once you're running these programs or projects, when you have an indicator, you are best able to know the performance of your program. And these indicators give you direction. If you are able to use these indicators to measure change, you'll be able to know whether you're succeeding or whether you're going backwards. The second importance of indicators, dear friends, is that they give you the basis to set targets. In case you don't know what targets are, let's say you're working for a multi-million company, maybe you're a software designer. Your target could be in the next 5 years, you want to own your own software company. You don't want to be employed anymore. Or another target could be in the next 5 years, you want to drive the latest vehicle. Those are targets. So in every project or program, targets are set, but these targets are set against the indicators that you've made. And the third importance of indicators is that they give a measure of accountability. You know, these programs and projects are financed by a lot of stakeholders. Could be governments, could be developmental agencies. These parties want to see results, want to see the impact of their resources. So when you have the indicators, you are able to show to them the results that have been achieved. Now let's look at just a few examples of indicators that are out there. I'm sure Google will give us examples of indicators. Google, don't fail us now, please. Please, Google, don't fail us on this one. Let me say in M&D. Okay. 7 indicators, selecting project indicators. Which one should we go for? Okay, let's go for this one. Well, it's a slide share, so which means I'll have to be sliding through. This is done by Tony, project manager and CEO. So let's see what Tony has for us. Okay. Not really the example I'm looking for. Oh, okay, let's go to something. Let's do something better. Don't want to waste much of your time. Okay, the following are examples of impact indicators. Okay, we might get something there. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here they've given us examples of indicators. Okay, so let's take, for instance, output indicators. Anyway, I forgot to mention that there are different types of indicators. There are output indicators, there are outcome indicators, there are input indicators, there are process indicators. Now, when it comes to output indicators, this I'm suspecting, or maybe we could get something here, but it's a program to deal with health. So an example of an output indicator here is percentage of children between 0 to 6 months exclusively breastfed, percentage of infants that were breastfed within 1 hour after delivery. Yeah, so these are kind of the examples of indicators when it comes to health. But when it comes to agriculture, for instance, you might find that maybe an indicator would say production of a certain crop, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So really, when setting indicators, there are processes that are involved, there are steps that need to be done to come up with indicators. And also, indicators are usually set by stakeholders who are going to run the program. So this is a planning exercise. Anyway, that's all I had for you this day. I've been your host, Coach Alexander, and see you on the other side.